Welcome to Tarot Card Expert, where you become the expert. And I'm going to start talking now about duality. Duality has to do with extremes. And some people want to get off this planet or this phase of reality because they're tired of dealing with duality. But it is through duality that we get excitement, from boredom to excitement, or love to hate, or any of the two things that has to do with the extremes of feelings or just state of being. And that is how we learn. Because if everything was always just perfect, no hot or cold, just perfectly tepid, and your whole life was like that, you would learn nothing. And that's why our children need to experience life. They need to get hurt. They need to have their feelings hurt. Otherwise, they don't understand that level of what it's like to be basically experiencing the full spectrum of our ability to feel, think, understand, and all that. And this is what all of this tarot and astrology and tree of life and all that is about, is knowing that it's all here for you and this is who you are. So let's study a little bit about duality. As we take a look at this chart here, this is basically the astrology chart in relationship to the planets, because every sign has a planet, and we're going to talk about the elements a little bit this time. This is the Aries position. It's considered the first house. It's the first sign that we play with. Aries is fire. The next one is Taurus, is earth. The next one is Gemini, and that's air. And then it goes into water, which is Cancer. And as it goes around, as you take a look at this little circle here, you will see that it starts with fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water. That is the rhythm in which the elements go around, and all of this is covered in depth in the language of the tarot, of astrology. Well, actually in the tarot as well. So from here, let's take a look at reality. When we take a look at fire, we're talking about a very energetic, let's go for it. Nothing's going to get in my way. I'm here to experience life, and it's going to be really fun. And so what if I fall down and get hurt and stuff? It doesn't matter, because I'm here to explore, to see how I handle life and to take chances. And that's what fire signs do. And that is what Wands is about in the tarot. But then we move into the earth. We have fire, earth, air, water. So fire, earth, it's underneath here. Oh my. Okay, so we have earth. Now, earth is very, very solid. It's very practical. It's about, I'm here to stay. You think of mountains, and oh man, it takes a lot of fire to melt earth, like on volcanoes and things like that. So what happens between these worlds is that the fire says, let's just keep going and just burn through life. And earth says, wait a minute, did you save up for your future? Did you, do you have a home to come back to? And fire says, oh, I make my home, anywhere. I'm like Survivor, wherever I am, I make my home. And earth will say, but you're destroying your home every time you keep going. So one is about excitement and the other one is about practicality. And those two are kind of opposite each other in essence. Now, of course, we can take experiences of excitement and adventure and actually make some money at it, like have a TV show or create a movie or something like that. But that's another combining. But as pure elements, as pure, fire is always going to be, I need to just go for it. And earth is like, does that make any sense? Is that going to pay the bills? Are you going to be there for your grandchildren? What are you doing this for? And fire is saying, I do it because it's fun. And earth is saying, yeah, but in the long run, what is it going to do for you? So those two are very different points of view. But that's duality. That's what we're here for, to learn about practicality as well as the ability to have an adventure. Now, what if we're also then practical and we're also very feeling based? Well, if I'm working really hard at saving up money and building my house and making sure that everything I have is going to last a long time, well, that's great. That's perfect. That's being in the material world and playing it safe and saving up and making things strong and last forever. Cups or water is going to say, yeah, but how do you feel about that? I see you working all the time and you're not really having love in your life. What's the use of having money if you don't have love? Earth may say, that sounds great, but I need to make money for my loved ones. But the loved ones are going to say, but I miss you. I can never see you anymore. You're always at work. And earth signs will say, or the earth element are going to say, well, but I'm trying to save up so you can feel secure, so that you can have what you want when you get old or if you get sick or something like that. And the waters, they go and say, oh, but I want you to take care of yourself and I can feel you're hurting yourself and all this. But Earth is just going to keep on going because we got to prepare for the future. And water is very much in the present of feelings now. What does this feel like right now? And going into the heart. So Earth is very much in the body sense. Water is more into the heart space, but also into a more etheric place. And Earth may say, wow, that's pretty airy-fairy. What are you going to do with that information? And what is this? But it's so nice. Well, that's what beautiful romantic movies are about. They're really fun and nice and warm and cuddly, and it just makes life worthwhile. All right, so now let's move into another form of duality. And that is, so now we've already covered a little bit of the water. And now we're going to go for the air. Water, feeling-based, fantasy, psychic abilities, merging in with other people, separate, just this whole, I don't want separation. I want to feel oneness. I want to feel who you are. I want you to feel who I am. Let's understand how we feel, and then we can just be one together like water coming into water. That's what water signs love, just merging. Air sign comes around and says, but what do you think of that? And air says, and water says, it's not about thinking, it's about feeling. Well, talk about it. Well, but I can't talk about it and still feel it all at the same time. Well, but I don't understand how you could have that feeling. I need you to explain that to me. So that has a lot to do with air. Air energy is about cutting and sorting and explaining and legal stuff, and it can be very penetrating because the wind can blow and cut through those feelings and actually disturb water. And water just wants to oh, let's just feel the moment. And then when air energy comes in and goes and says, you know what I was just thinking about? I think flying off into space would be really good because, then we can learn all kinds of new technologies and stuff like that. And water's going, whoa, that was really disturbing. That's out there. Well, how do you, and water's going to go and say to air, well, but wouldn't that be kind of scary to kind of go out in space like that? And then air would say, if we don't do stuff like that, how are we going to progress? That is duality. The mix of all these guys are really fun because water will put out fire. Fire wants to go. Water says, no, just feel. and fire says, I'm too busy. I just want to feel the excitement of it. Water says, too exciting. Way, way more than I can handle. It's so as you get into more and more of the astrology program and also the tarot program, you really get to see how all of these cards work together and also work against each other, but we need to have that duality in our life. Fire likes to keep burning. Air likes to sort. Actually, they work well together, but air can blow out fire, and fire can burn up air. All right. See you next time.